Scenario: Michael is the youngest in a series of very bright, high-achieving siblings. At 15, he has already chosen his university course and is talking about postgraduate study. He is obsessive about his work and seems unable to relax. He appears at the staff room door once or twice a week, demanding advice, and will also argue over the smallest details of assessments. He is very competitive and can be aggressive towards classmates whom he sees as a threat to his academic supremacy. Behaviour analysis. As a teacher, it is important to remember that each child has their own wants and goals. They have created their own unique ways of perceiving the world. They plan and structure their ways of living so that their lives are the ways they want them to be, and they have their own specific priorities. It is essential to keep this in mind when encountering a student such as Michael, as he is extremely academically driven and wants to achieve his goals. Behaviour theory. The relevant theory in this scenario to examine misbehaviour is Rudolf Draker's social discipline model. Draker's theory is based on the notion that behaviour is a result of an individual's purpose, as everyone has a longing to belong, which can cause him or her to make wrong decisions that are directed toward achieving social approval. Draker's principles are founded on three main points. First, try to understand why a student is behaving in a particular manner. Through understanding the behaviour, as a teacher, you can then influence your response. Second, allow students to have some say in decisions that affect them, whether it is a choice of consequences for behaviour, what they will study, or how they will govern themselves. Third, be a kind, responsible, accepting person who models for students the behaviour that is expected of them. Under Draker's model, there are 4 goals students use to achieve social status, being to attract attention, exercise power, exact revenge, or display inadequacy. Michael is firstly displaying active construction, attention-seeking behaviours, as he is highly success-oriented and a perfectionist. Students who display features from this model are very competitive and try at all costs to maintain their superiority over others. Their goal is to receive praise and recognition, and they will sometimes tattle on others or belittle them if they fall short of their high standards, which is the behaviour that Michael is exhibiting. In turn with being attention-seeking, Michael is also displaying revenge-seeking behaviours. Michael is constantly demanding answers regarding assessment grades and also displaying aggressive behaviour to classmates who he sees as an academic threat. Draker notes that revenge-seeking students usually claim to have been dealt with unfair. In this case, as a teacher, we must offer understanding and assistance. For Michael and all the other students, it will always be important to foster a positive classroom environment. When students' misguided perceptions lead them to abuse others, they commonly feel rejection. When they sense rejection, they begin to withdraw and experience even greater deprivation. Draco's comments that in order to change the misbehaviour, the student's faulty attitude must be replaced or changed into a positive goal of involvement and contribution. So, how do we overcome this situation as a teacher? Some teaching solutions in order to overcome Michael's behaviour could be to 1. Use the whole class to develop and enforce a set of rules for the classroom to set learning expectations. This will establish the rules for appropriate classroom behaviour. 2. Create learning activities where the role of teacher and student can be reversed. This activity could encourage Michael to share his knowledge with his peers in a positive manner. 3. Create a positive learning plan and goals for Michael. The learning plan could include behaviours that will not be tolerated and could encourage Michael to suggest his own logical consequences for misbehaviour, as well as establishing goals for Michael to work towards, as he is a high achiever. And 4. Always act positively and distribute praise to students when earned. This solution is effective for all students, not only Michael. After establishing behaviour that will not be tolerated, it is always important to encourage students and feed them praise when they have acted appropriately and demonstrated achievements. What are 3 key issues or questions for discussion or analysis? The 3 key issues or questions that arise out of this situation are: 1. Would you discuss Michael's behavioural issues with his parents and implement solutions in the home environment as well as school? Why or why not? 2. What strategies would you implement or suggest to Michael to reduce his stress about school? 3. How would you ensure that the classroom rules are being followed and enforced? Finally, as a teacher, it is vital for us to help students find encouragement in their day-to-day lives and always promote positivity.